is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Started with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Leaves it with the back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Wants to throw. It's Dalton. Finds his tight end. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
Give to the running back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the...
Breaks into the open. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. On the opening drive, nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and the house call coming on the run from the 23. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So UCLA's offense will go to work for the first time today. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. The Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Looking to throw, it's Dalton. Fires to the big fella. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And the Ducks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They go to the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a young.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Snagged out of the air. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another 1st down.
Run the football. It's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon!
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. Bringing it back. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. There he goes. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And that is picture perfect by this quarterback. Nice job running the option, seeing he's not covered. Nobody's taking him. They didn't play that responsibility, and he chews up yards and makes the huge play.
Just going to keep it after the snap. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Guys, let's talk a little UCLA. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching staff really...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Bruins will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Ducks send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. Finds his man. It's Wool. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
Really nice looking pass. When I think back to the history of UCLA quarterbacks, I think about guys carving up defenses in the Rose Bowl in the perfect weather conditions with the gorgeous San Gabriel Mountains as a backdrop. And this guy right here, man, he's lighting defenses up this season, throwing it too. And in this game, he seems like he's dialed in.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level.
Turning it on! They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
The Bruins now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The play action fake. Finds the tight end. Open space at the 25. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. DB's right up on the receivers. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed behind the line, it's rolled. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. A relatively short field goal try from 26 yards out. Good, right down the boulevard. It's our forced to settle for the field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Georgia Southern came away with the victory today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Atlanta had to sweat things out for much of the day. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where the Sun Belt is right now, and man, what a difference.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Dalton. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Man, last week was great for this young man. But man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
And back to the air on second down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. The Ducks in the hurry-up. Lost a throw on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, the offense staying aggressive. They've had success all game long. They just came away with a big play, but finally give up the sack. If they can keep this quarterback standing up, though, they can extend their lead.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to throw. It's complete to the left. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Ducks! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena.
And the Ducks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half.
Oh, he's got some space. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He's got an open man. Turning on the Jets. At the 20. And he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown, UCLA.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. To the ground, he's got it again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Fires to the big fella. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Ducks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. To throw, it's Dalton. Fires to the tight end. Breaks into the open. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The Ducks have this offense rolling. Going to the running game. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. And the Ducks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
To the air on 2nd down. He's got it on the run. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job.
He's got it, 1st down and more. Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. The Bruins will punt it away on 4th down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He gets it away from his own end zone. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Looking to pass, it's Dalton. That's reeled in. It's Harbor. There he goes. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
To the air on 1st down. Sets up the screen. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Now they'll run it on the toss. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! And the pummeling has started.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Going right to work up top. That's caught. It's Hodges. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them. Down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Completes it in the middle. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
That's caught. It's Stewart. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. One final play before the end of the quarter. Trying play action. The sure hands, it's Blow. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Here we go, here we go. Looking to throw on first down. Working the middle. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bruins!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing, to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
Oh, and they blocked it. Picks it up. That's a live ball. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with a scoring toss from the 33.
35, UCLA. 60.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Trying to escape and get it himself. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds.
One of the things I love about bootlegs as a former quarterback is it's sort of a run-pass option yourself, right? You're given the choice and the freedom out in space to just do what the defense is not ready for. And that time, everybody covered in the back end, but no one there accounting for the quarterback. So go get as many yards as you can. Nice job.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. The give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll leave it with him. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open.
This is so a Jesse Palmer. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Bruins heading quickly to the line.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
Good enough.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. Like, But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
No, sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. 5 receivers across the formation. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Working that left side now. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Here's a heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the middle. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's got it in more than enough for a first down. Touchdown, UCLA! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's perfect. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you've got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
To the air, it's Dalton. Quickly to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
He's got him. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Rush is on him. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Looking for a man. It's Dalton. Got him downfield. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. On the move from inside his own 20. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. UCLA will go back to work on offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
The Bruins with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
The officials throw the flag, but the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Back to pass. Bring in the heat. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
Pass interference. Defense.
What a helpless feeling for this defense to commit that penalty and pretty much end the game. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And the Bruins racing to the line in the hurry-up. Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Hodges. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Hodges. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here.
QB strikes the ball to stop the clock. No gain on the play. Brings up second and goal.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Well, the dreams of an undefeated season are over. Certainly an accomplishment to make it this far, but this week in practice is probably going to be pretty interesting.
It's going to be very tough after suffering that loss, but you wonder, David, if this might be a blessing in disguise for them, because sitting here at one loss late in the year,